The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for right now.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
I sort of left with like the Ella Enchanted.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm just noticing that I think we started.
No, he said we could talk.
No, I did. I started it just now.
Yeah.
Said-
No, I
did. I
I
started.
know my shit.
Check.
So anyway, the Jews. Oh, I love you, my people. I ended my
I used to
relationship
date
with
blacks, but my father.
I ended my relationship with Kanye
Yesterday.
this week. So yeah, because I can't. Or Ed Kyrie Irving also.
I stand with Kanye.
Yeah.
We're just getting started here. It's going to be a great show. I'm just going to sit back and watch because these two have been
Getting to know each other.
bonding, and it's
That's
been
what he calls
hilarious. And it's been great. Hey, it's the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast here on Gov's Comedy Club's Twitch channel. Thanks for joining us here on Twitch. And, of course, right above your head, you see the graphic. Please subscribe to the Twitch channel and share the link all over the place. It's
all
there.
over.
It's here. Andy's here, of course, because it's Friday. And Laura Patton is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're very excited to have
Very
Laura
nice
Patton
to
here.
meet you.
Oh, thank you.
She
Nice
is,
to meet you. That's my Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dr. Freeze or Mr. Freeze.
yes.
Anyway, go on.
Is that one of his lines?
Nice to meet you, Batman.
You know, that's actually...
Freeze you later.
Does he really say that?
I think so.
He
I don't know.
doesn't.
My wife and I, we just hate that movie so much.
Yes, I hated that movie,
So.
too. But you actually gave me a nice segue.
You're welcome.
Because I was checking out... Did you guys see the trailer for this Violent Night movie? Where like, there are these people trying to, like, ruin Christmas, and Santa is, like, an action hero where he's, like, stabbing people and punching... It's,
awesome.
What's the guy's name playing Santa? David Harbour.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I like David Harbour.
Yeah. And yeah, it's... You kind of watch the trailer and you're like, this... Like, the whole idea of it sounds ridiculous, but then when you see the trailer and you see him, you're like, this is kind of cool. But the reason it's a segue is because there's lines in it. First of all, the title, Violent Night instead of Silent Night. But then the...
Oh, I was thinking K-N-I-G-H. My bad. I was thinking Dark Knight. Oh, sorry.
But then and then they show in the trailer, one of the things he says is like, season's beatings. And I'm
nice.
like, is that good
Oh, I
or is that
love that.
corny? Like, that's good?
When Predator, when Arnold throws the fucking machete at the guy and he sticks him to the a post and he's stick around. I love shit like that.
Okay.
What happened to Sally? I had to let him go. That's from Commando.
Right,
I thought you
right.
said you were going to kill me last. I lied.
Yeah.
Such a
But
great
I think you
fucking-
got to fall into a time machine to appreciate that stuff.
No,
'Cause
I
I don't know if it holds up.
Well, I don't care about anybody else. I like it.
Just like what your wife said in the bedroom.
Right. The bedroom. I don't fucking sleep in the bedroom. That's how fucking babies happen. I don't need any of those. Fucking whore. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go
Sorry.
on.
Go ahead, Tony.
Wow.
You put me in a place.
Go ahead, Tony.
Well, I got more about movies, but I'll get back to that later because I want to talk to Laura Patton.
Yeah.
So cool that you're here.
Oh, thank
Welcome.
you.
Before we get into anything, what was this show that you saw? You just posted a picture. You're holding a playbill and raving
Oh,
about some show.
so-
I couldn't figure out what show
Mike
it was.
Birbiglia, who is amazing, he is a gift among. He tells stories, but he tells them so well. So he did a one-man show a couple of years ago, and I think Nathan Lane and his partner like underwrote it because he had this gift. So he takes his it's almost like an hour stand-up, but he takes it to Broadway, more of a one-man show kind of
okay.
thing, like a Leguizamo kind of
Sure.
feel. And it was called The Old Man in the Pool. And he
Oh.
basically just told stories about he's not healthy and all his like comorbidities, and he had to learn how to get healthy and do cardio, and he went swimming in like the Brooklyn YMCA. Like that's kind of like the premise, and it's like goes back to how he had like cancer in his 20s or whatever, but
Oh,
it
boy.
was amazing. It was at Lincoln Center. It got extended through like January 15th, and it's Mike Birbiglia, the old man in the pool. It was so good. I was
That's
laughing
awesome.
hysterical. And then he was telling a story how people, I don't want to give it away, but there's something bad happened to people in a YMCA pool, so now they had to post a sign about it.
Oh.
And it was a sad thing, but he was making it was funny. He was trying to catch people for not being sad, and I was laughing hysterical. And he brought up the house lights and shunned me for laughing at this.
Oh,
sad thing,
really?
But it was very funny. Yeah, it was good.
What did he really did? They spotlighted you? What did he say to you?
He was like, he goes, we're talking about death here, and this woman is laughing, and I was like, oh my god! But it was great. Like Mike Somerville was in the audience. I saw all these other comics, and now I'm also a comedy person and a comedy fan, so I'm like, I think I know you from Instagram. I think I know, So it was really, it was a good show. I would recommend it. I highly recommend it.
I'm still stuck on the laughing at dead people stuff. So Jerry Lee Lewis last week, you were like,
Well, it was the premise of how you die. So he went into a whole thing how people die funnily. That's not fun. Funnily is not a word.
Yeah, it is.
Is
but
it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Keep going.
okay, thank
It just
you.
feels weird.
Okay, sort of like
Anal.
these underwear. No,
Go
that
on.
was last night. Anyway, as I digress. No, so he was at a YMCA, and the sign says you're not allowed to hold your breath underwater. It's not allowed because they were talking about in the pool. Don't run, don't slip, don't get
pee.
naked, don't pee, which everyone pees. But anyway, so
got no
all
problem
these
with
rules
getting naked.
around the pool. So there's a sign that says you can't hold your breath underwater. And of course, I went home and went to the Google machine because then I have to know. And it is true. There was a case in Long Island. A guy was training for a Navy SEAL and he was holding his breath, and it's called silent drowning. And you
Yeah.
could drown in 4 feet of water. Well, you would know. 'cause
You
that's
could
how
drown in an inch of water.
That's okay. Let's back up, but we get it. But the point was, if you hold your
brought it
breath
up.
underwater,
Like 4 feet. You don't
Sorry,
need fucking 4
military.
feet
I'm
of
sorry, the
fucking water.
schematic.
No, that's Boy Scouts. That's not even the fucking military. It's not even the
point was,
Salvation Army.
If you went into a pool as someone could swim, the ability to hold your breath, you silent drown, and then your friends don't know it. So there's actually some documented cases and a lawsuit against the YMCA. Hence the signs: "Don't hold your breath underwater." So that was the
Thing is, they should license the song so they can cover the
what song?
damages. YMCA.
Oh, I know you.
I'm thinking about songs about holding your breath underwater.
Hold my breath underwater.
Yeah, I
What
was-
song
I'm
is
with
that?
you.
There fucking songs about holding your breath
Oh,
underwater.
there will be before the show's over.
It's like a music guy.
Yeah, right. I know. I was sitting there like, trying to rack my brain.
there's no rock songs. No, Beatles don't have it.
If the Beatles don't have it, nobody
no,
does.
no,
Oh,
Billy Joel.
he's a one genre guy.
No,
Like if the
no,
Beatles
he's
didn't
not.
have
No,
it.
he's not. A very, very knowledgeable music guy.
But by the end of the day, will he mention Revolver?
No.
Oh, I did that already.
Oh, okay.
I did that because they re-released the Revolver box set just last week. So of course I had to talk about it.
True Beatle people are always like Revolver.
Yep.
It's underrated
Yep.
album.
This
That's
week,
my favorite. Yeah.
This week, Billy Joel has re-released his Live from Yankee Stadium concert.
I was at that concert.
Really?
Oh wow.
No, I wasn't live. I
You
was
were at the Shea.
Shea.
Yes.
Shea, last play at Shea. But I was not at the Paul McCartney day. I was the day before.
Oh,
or
that was
the day
bullshit
after.
because they sold tickets to that one first.
Yes,
And then they added a day, so that was the last one. And and then McCartney shows up. You were gypped.
I was.
Ooh.
Gypped is a good
absolutely.
word.
Gypped.
Is it?
Can you use gypped? Is it up there with Indian Giver? Are they going to
Is it up
yeah,
there with
yeah, no,
Funnily?
it actually is. It's
Oh, maybe I
like
should
we were
stop
talking about travelers, tinkers,
Yeah.
Romany. Yeah.
Yes.
It's gypsies, gypped.
Hence, it comes from gypsy. So if the Gypsy Coalition comes after you, Tony.
Right.
I did not know that, to be
That's
honest.
like jerry rig. My grandfather called it jerry rig. They jerry rigged it, and then I found out from which Jerry is
It's a thing about Jerry's kids.
Well, I'm happy I didn't have to remember the word that I was trying to remember. Pejorative. It's a
Jerry's.
pejorative of Germans.
Really?
Yeah, Jerry is another was like
I didn't know that.
was something that they called
was
the
a bad
Hun,
word?
the Hun, Jerry, all that. So jerry rig is
Was it a silent J though, like the
No. Harry rig? No, it was jerry rig. It was a hard J.
I don't think there's hard J in
Kind of like the
German
hard
language.
D, but
Or a
not
hard R.
exactly the same.
Like a
thing.
hard R?
Or a hard R. I do have a great hard R joke.
Maybe you should put that in the bold.
No.
Bring it.
But
I have a comedian friend that uses the hard R on homeless now. He calls them beg Oz.
big ass. Well, my whole thing is I do a thing where it's like I read an article, and was a true article, that boomers, with like the OK boomer
Yeah.
thing, boomers are starting to look at the word boomer as like their N word,
Yes.
which begs the question: is it pronounced boomer or booma?
I actually.
Do they only get to call each other boomer?
Well, I use it
Like
in
during
my
their rap
joke.
battles?
I have one of my tagline, which will be my meme, as I was corrected by my kids. It's a meme. I learned
You were
that
saying
one
meme?
for like a week.
Meme! Meme!
Talk
Have you
about
seen my
racism. Yeah, Al
meme?
Jolson.
So anyway, I like my kid. I was getting mad at him because he was using punctuation in a text. he was like, why are you so mad at me? And then I was like, what? He's like, why are you so aggro boomer? So I used it. But then I learned once
Agro boomer. That sounds like farming. Like,
No.
like an older person who does
Aggro
farming.
is short for because these kids all now are about truncating words because they're tired.
Yeah, well, every slang there's slang in every. You remember mint? The fuck does that mean? Mint.
Mint was cool. That shirt's mint. Your car is mint.
That's a slice.
I liked mint better than gnarly.
Gnarly?
Gnarly was very Valley Girl. It had
Yeah.
a
Yeah, that was more of a
But
West
mint was
Coast.
great. Like, oh my god, that
Mint.
IROC is mint.
Mint.
Those Cavaricis are so mint.
Yo, that's so mint.
It's better than dope.
No, dope is
No.
fucking.
Dope is dope.
Dude, that's dope. Like you can lean into it.
Well, you know what the kids now use now? I feel
Like you have to.
Yeah, but dope is your.
Like it's just.
What in the world was that?
That was
know.
it's because you had to do this.
Yeah, but
with your
dope
mouth.
is stupid. Dope.
No.
You dope.
dope.
no, but that's dope. I mean, that's so. What the kids
dope.
say now? They say it's fire. I like
Fire.
that's fire.
Yeah, fire's
Or
decent.
that was gas.
Yeah, all right. Fire's good. Yeah.
Gas.
Gas, really? That's back? Because that
Really?
that
Yeah.
is like kind of
That's
an old
50s.
So
one.
apparently,
wasn't it?
like my kids
Yeah.
told me when I use
Cooking
the
with
word, once
gas.
I know the word, once it gets to me, it's not good anymore. Like chuggy, they were like, you can't.
Well,
use
that
it.
years ago. Do you remember?
Chuggy?
Jugging?
No. Whoa.
What? What did you
Hey.
say?
Easy, Kanye.
I just.
Both of you are really fucking swimming in some fucking waters right now.
Whoa, put your.
I don't know what you said.
Career started, career closed. No, chuggy is the word. Chuggy.
Chuggy.
What's that?
Chuggy.
I haven't heard that.
I
Chuggy
haven't heard that
is-
one.
Oh, now I'm going to even get it wrong. Now I'm gonna have
Probably.
to
That's
go to the
okay.
Google
No, I'll
machine.
look it up and then
I
make fun of
think
you later.
Chuggy, like if something is, I think chuggy is good. Now, oh my God, all 9 of you are going to be like, she's wrong.
Well, Mary
Capone, yeah.
Yeah.
Mary,
Mary Capone.
ask your son
Mary,
real quick. Wake him up. Kick him.
Yeah, he's not doing anything. He's not working or anything, right?
he is. He's a rigger.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Rig-
Rigga.
With
Is
an
he a
R.
rigger?
With an R.
With a hard R.
A hard
no,
R.
he works on sets. He's in the union. He's a set designer.
A rigger.
Well, that's
My
what I'm saying in
rigger.
Massachusetts.
Rigger's in the house.
No, Mary's son. He is it's a union, not a teamster. No, stagehand.
Stagehand.
Like Mary can see me, right, Mary?
Yeah. Look.
Oh, build sets. I got it. Thank you, Mary.
Nice.
Nice. And
That's
New
what
York, New York girl. She's watching. Her husband is also in the movie business. He's a gaffer.
Who's a gaffer?
Gaffa.
The New York girl.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
close.
he's
That's
a
too
gaffer.
close
He's
to
in
like
riggers.
a South African racist turn. Gaffa is too close to a bad thing, bad word in South
Gaffa?
African English. Yeah.
Oh, South African. So I work with a South African. So I just got written up at work for a microaggression because I mispronounced his name,
What's his name?
Francois.
Francois. Okay. We
But I
said
say a hard N. I say Francois, and he's corrected me often.
that's you. Yeah.
I know. So he's like, I'm not answering you until you get it right.
Francois.
And he speaks Afrikaans
If it can, yeah.
with the they click.
Does he have one of these? The like the deep ones. That's almost like Australian accent, but it's got the too much Dutch and too much
He does. He
German.
does leans Dutch. He leans Dutch.
No, because it's almost like exactly Australian, but no, you go
Yes,
Dutch.
you do sound like
at the
sound
end.
like Francois.
Thank you.
Maybe you can call Francois and get me out of that.
Bonjour, Francois. Ça va? No, because I come from the French side of things on that.
Did you get in trouble?
Well, he's a little queenie, but I got in trouble. More in trouble for
A
the
little
queenie.
queenie.
Let's just get this out of the way. Fuck you, Francois. I don't think he's watching.
Yeah.
No, he's a friend of mine. But when I
Oh.
talk to him, and he says, he will not answer me, and I'm like, Francois, I was answering. He goes, what is it? So I have to pause and go, Fran. It's the hard N gets him upset.
Francois.
Who knew? But we did have a class
well,
at work.
Lighten up, Francois.
Yeah, no, Francis.
Yeah.
Line up, Francis.
Lee Harvey, when you and your friends push over those cows, boy, I want to party with you. Stripes.
Oh. Do you ever watch? You just brought up Lee Harvey. I was just thinking, why do all killers have 3 names? Like David,
Yes, this has been,
was discussed.
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy.
yeah.
Because
And-
I don't use my middle name.
Yeah,
Well, when you kill somebody, make sure
will.
to use
Will
your
they?
name.
that's
Yes.
they did the fucking media is the ones who do that.
Oh, they bring up the
Because
middle name.
nobody ever goes by their fucking middle name except for weird Southerners.
So my sister
Like
could be
Billy Ray.
my sister couldn't be a murderer because my sister didn't get a middle name.
My mother also did that. Yeah.
Why would you deny a kid a middle name?
Because you know what, like, well, I don't know in your specific situation, but I
Yeah.
know like kind of older generations, a middle name was actually looked at as like kind of a luxury, like
Oh.
that. You know, you're not important enough to have. Matter of fact, Harry Truman, Harry S. Truman,
Yeah?
S does not stand for anything.
Really?
It's just a placeholder. He was given that by his parents because there were probably other Harry Trumans in the family. So to make him Harry S. Truman.
See what you learned today, listeners.
You learn that. Yeah, Andy is very smart. We do Tuesday trivia, and he gets like 90% right.
That's not true. I get
It
like
is
20%
totally true.
right.
No.
It's just the rest.
It's
of them are
more
so
than everybody else.
stupid.
Yes.
You're like,
The rest of them get closer to 0%. So my 20% looks like 90%.
so
Yeah,
on a
we-
curve, if you grade on a curve.
If you grade out like a curve, I am fucking Einstein. Like
It's
put us
true.
all on the bell curve, and I am a fucking outlier.
Well, yeah, it's you and New York Girl. The two of you always seem to get the questions right. And it's nice to see Mary Capone watching. Mary, we still have to get you in here one of these days, Mary Capone.
This is too early for Mary. If you start at
Is
2
that
o'clock
right?
in the afternoon, you'll get married.
Mary, did my laugh track come on okay for that time when you were filming? Jack Adam positioned me in the right place. He's like, no, you're too close. You need to go sit over there so that the laughs don't sound so, like, loud.
Why is Jack Adams like a sound guy?
No, he was filming people's sets for them that
Oh.
night. So here.
I always confuse Jack Adams and Patch Adams. I always expect him to show up, Jack, with a red nose.
I bet you he will now, though.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his middle name. Maybe he's Jack Patch Adams, named after the famous
Doctor.
Patch Adams.
Right.
Was Patch's real name? Let's
I
go
don't
down
know.
the dark hole.
That I don't know. I never saw that movie. I love Robin Williams.
You never did.
You never saw that movie. Wow.
wrong
Refuse
with
to
you?
fucking see it.
Why?
Because fuck cancer kids.
I
I mean,
am not with Andy on that.
well, whatever. You guys
Full
are all hard
disclosure.
R's and Jews and stuff.
So you had to
Blackface.
be controversial. Be like, damn cancer kids.
Yeah.
It's mean, Andy.
Yeah. I'm against them.
He
no,
doesn't-
I don't know. There was just some movies that like, and it happens. TV shows, movies where people fucking pump them up. We talk about this sometimes.
Yes.
Be like, bro, you gotta see this. And if I hear about it just too much, my brain immediately goes to, fuck it, I'm not gonna watch it.
So what's your Patch Adams, Tony?
No,
I have a lot more than just Patch
Oh,
Adams.
no, I meant. So for me, it's Mad Men.
I never saw that.
Mad Men falls under that for me also.
yeah,
much.
I never saw a second
Shut
of it.
up.
My wife
Yeah.
watched it. Nip Tuck was one of the first ones because I watched
Never
like
saw
one
that either.
episode and I'm like, me and two 12-year-olds could come up with these fucking scripts.
I never saw Game of Thrones.
No,
See, now
I
that's
was
kick
told
ass.
not to because you need an org chart, and my ADD, I'd be like,
You need a what chart?
You need an org chart. Like, there's too many
there's-
players.
there's-
Oh, yeah, see, I don't like
There's
that.
enough fucking in it that
But I heard,
you
yeah, I
will
heard
be
there's
fine.
lesbian action.
Yeah, you'll be
Yeah,
totally
see, and
fine.
I need to watch
lesbian
it.
action from like the medieval age, right? Is that what's the time pace it takes, or is fake because they're
it's
egging?
yeah, it's like it's non. I don't think it's not. It's not specific.
And you know what else I won't watch? I won't watch anything where people look dirty, like they need a shower. So zombie movies, like all that Walking Dead stuff.
Yeah, me neither.
ugh.
Never saw a second of The Walking Dead. It just, but not because of that reason.
It's not because they look dirty.
It just
Anytime
it just
people
didn't
need a
appeal to me.
shower,
He's
that
an
guy-
amputee.
What's
Who's an
that?
He's
amputee?
an amputee.
Tony has no leg.
Yeah, I have no leg.
Oh my God! You should have told me that before.
Oh, you did? Yeah,
I wouldn't have shown up.
Yes, I just.
He looks like what was? Ladies and gentlemen, listening at home, Tony is resting his elbow on his leg.
No, we're on.
That's
we're
very
on
fucking
camera.
optimistic
Here we
comment.
are. People can
These
see.
these are cameras right in front of you.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, it's not.
I don't know why it's not
coming
showing
over.
up there, but
Oh,
yes, we're
okay,
lo-
That's
we're
why
on.
I keep looking down.
Yes.
oh, oh! You look down. Is this my good angle? I feel like Mariah Carey. Is this my? What's my better angle?
I don't know.
Look great no matter what.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you, Tony.
That's what I was gonna say.
Ah. I learned in comedy if you just brush your hair and you show up somewhere, you usually be like, "You look great."
Yeah.
Lipstick and a blowout. You're
Well,
like,
as a female, yeah.
you're like, "Whoa, Rita Rudner, back and take it down."
Well, but it's true. Have you seen a lot of the comedians around here? I mean, come on, Kevin Downey Jr. Andy Plagainos?
Dude, I saw
come on,
Kevin
you-
last night. It was fucking awesome.
Oh, he's hilarious. But I'm just saying, as far as looks.
He doesn't. I haven't seen him yet. Does he not brush his hair?
No, he was because one of his jokes was people ask me if this is my real hair, and why would I choose this?
This isn't a choice.
Fucking love that. Like that was such a.
But see, I think men in comedy can get away with like. I did that laugh off the one of the rounds. It was like me and like 9 angry guys in black t-shirts. Yeah.
White, middle-aged,
goatee.
grievance.
Talking about porn.
Yeah.
Porn or living in their parents' basement. Like, can you believe I live in my parents' basement? I'm like, yeah, I kind of can.
My dick and kids these days. Am I right? Am I
Right,
right?
fellas? So I snapped a badge. Yeah.
Thank you.
I was jerking off in my basement.
Yeah.
Not. Oh, that's a stretch.
Yeah, like let me make a very aggressive jerking off thing.
The Greek kid's like, I make a special tzatziki just for you.
Yeah. It's not so much with the cucumber or the dill, but all white and chunky.
Put that on your gyro meat. Oh, that's what he said. Oh my God, poor Tony. Look at Mary. Mary's so like, oh, great movie, Andy.
Yeah.
Mary
Mary's the
wasn't.
best.
Mary, tell us the premise.
Yeah, and what's the deal with Mary? She's got a TV show or something?
Oh,
really?
Mary.
I do.
She is starring as an Italian mother in a show being produced on a New Jersey local station.
Oh my God, that's
Soon to listen, I believe our viewership double it divided by 7, and that's Mary's. Take the square root, and there's Mary's 4 watchers.
Wow.
Well, listen, if you really want to get Mary in here, you want to get Mary in here
Yes.
talking about her bit about fish. Oh, she's got a.
Oh, Mary's great. Absolutely.
Okay, no. Poor Mary, Mary, and Teddy Smith. One day I'll tell you the whole story, but we wound up at a Rose for Big Pussy in Foxwoods. Mary and I really thought we were going to be on Comedy Central. We got all dolled up and dresses, and we had boob tape. It's a whole long story. But we went to the thing, and it was not cool at all.
You say big pussy. You were talking.
Vincent Pastore.
Vincent Pastore, yeah.
What a
and
disappointment.
Tony Darrow, like, booked it. We thought we were like, oh, and Teddy was like,
I thought you were really talking about big pussy.
Yeah, no, that not my nickname from high school. No, we were talking about Vincent Pastore. So Mary and I went, and we're in the car, and Teddy and I could be wise asses, and Mary's in the back seat. So, the pecking order, you always pick on the back seat. So Mary's like, I'm like, Mary, we can help you with a joke. She's like, I'm working on this joke about a fish. And I'm sure it's funny, but we just
I think that "Don't You Dare" might actually apply to exactly what you're saying right now.
She's gonna
Call
lean
me
in,
crazy.
and when Mary finally gets that fish joke good, I will go and laugh intentionally. But we have abused her. Like Mary will be telling a joke, we're like, and then I got this fish.
We look forward to.
She did
next
say
week
she's
will be-
coming down now. Mary, get in here.
Mary and the Fish Story live at 11.
That would be awesome if she showed
Imagine
up
if she
there.
stormed in. Mary, come on, you got an hour.
It's happened before. People have stormed in from time to time.
No, Mary's got to get all done up. Mary always looks good.
She does always look
That
good.
says 10:31 p.m. That really. fucked
I just
me
did
up.
the same thing. I was like, what
Mary's
just
got
happened?
2 hours.
I know.
No,
I-
Mary looks good. Mary's all jacked.
yeah.
Mary's all like, cool, the gun show.
And did you see she took that picture with Nikki Smiggs and she's got that big smile on her face?
Yeah. She
Little
looked young.
cougar.
She was leaning in. We learned to drop the shoulder. Listen. Mary had all her hair in. Mary was fine.
I feel like we all of a certain age watched that House of Style episode with Cindy Crawford where she talked about like how she stands.
Oh, yeah.
And you stand sideways, square your shoulders, and do that, and it makes you look thinner.
So the fact that you just brought up House of Style from 1994 just clearly made you appear
94? No.
older.
This was like 89.
Oh, even older. So that
It was
reference,
post-high school
So now,
still.
if you just follow like Kardashian, all the influencers teach the young girls like how you put your shoulder back, the knee up. It's a thing.
Well, that's I was going to say earlier, like when you said the thing about like when a word gets to you, it's over. That was my suggestion like 20 years ago when twerking was starting to. Is we should all as adults start twerking,
And it would stop
and
it.
the kids would fucking stop.
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
I don't know how that's not that how that didn't. I mean, now all of them are baby mama and they're doing it, and so their kids are probably telling them to stop. But
I sagged my pants, and it got my kids to pull up their pants.
oh, really?
I know it was uncomfortable for them to see like their mother's vagina while I'm cooking dinner, so that's why I had to stop sagging. But they stopped it. It worked.
Nice.
Just
I got to keep that in mind as my daughters get older.
To show your vagine?
Well, I'll wear like the thongs where you can see.
Did you see there's a dad on TikTok, whether it's stage, where he showed up like his daughter, he was driving her to school with like the short shorts and the belly shirt. He's like, "Let's go." Works for you, works for me.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. But
What are you going to do, Andy?
I don't know. I'll figure it out at the time. I don't really think about things. Just do them.
Maybe we should come down and Phantom of the Opera at breakfast.
Do it.
Be all like,
In dreams I hand to you.
you should make breakfast. Wouldn't they just crank up French toast, but like with a half mask?
I have pancakes, but yeah.
Why not French toast?
Because the girls don't eat French toast. They're fucking
my girls
annoying.
don't eat-
Is this bread?
It's the gluten.
So you just like fried bread? It's delicious. Just fucking eat it, please.
Do you
I don't know,
ever-
because I don't eat bread. They don't eat bread. Both my daughters. They've never.
How do they eat sandwiches?
They don't. That's the
my
fucking
baby
problem.
boy does not eat sandwiches. My little Anthony, he's a soup guy, so he'd be going to the beach.
It's such a fucking coincidence. I'm not going to tell you what I call my little Anthony, but go on.
My little Anthony is like 6'2" and in college. But anyway,
Talk about coincidences. Keep going. This is fucking fascinating.
have you picked my son up to go camping?
No. I'm talking about my little Anthony. 6'2", 340.
I thought that would be my little Anthony. Shouldn't yours be little Andy?
No, well, you don't name it after yourself. It's like wearing a fucking T-shirt to the band.
Oh, or it's like getting a. So that's funny. So it's like when people get jerseys with their own name on the back.
Yeah.
Oh. So
I did that a long time ago.
you did?
It was stupid. But.
So anyway, my friend, his brother, they're Pats fans and whatever. My husband's a mass song. I digress. But anyway, they have front row
So sorry.
Patriots seats. So let's say his last name's Jones because I don't want to mention his name. But anyway, so Jones. So he had a Patriots jersey, Jones, and his brother put his birthday on it. 5.
5's not a birthday.
So
5 is just a fucking single
his
number.
age.
his date of birth.
Oh,
So
all right.
the day. So he's there, and now the kicker's on the bike, and the kickers always have low numbers.
Yeah.
And my husband's like, "He's got your number," like the backup kicker. But he's like, "He's your guy." Like, and the kicker's like, "Thanks." I think.
Right.
Why are you fucking talking to me? Yeah, that's what I would
I've
do.
never
Like,
seen anybody with like the back. So it's creepy. So my husband says you don't put your own name on a jersey.
yeah, no, it's not a good idea.
And the birthday. He doubled down the brother.
But see, that doesn't matter. Like that's
But do you wear a jersey? I mean, not that we'd see a. I don't know if there's ever been a professional athlete with the last name Plagainos.
no,
but
there hasn't been.
But if there were, would
Opera
you?
singer.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
They have jerseys.
An opera singer jersey, a fake
Oh, yeah.
tux.
I like it when they throw the fucking the Valkyrie helmet at me after the game.
They don't have a. Remember they had a T-shirt. Remember they had a T-shirt cannon
That would be
at opera shows
that
at
would
the
be
other.
so
like,
fucking great. You want to see a bunch of white people go nuts?
We should bring more
It
people.
never makes it to the balcony.
More
I told you
people
we
would
should sit down there.
Go to the opera if they had a T-shirt
Fuck
cannon.
yeah, I would.
You know, I tried to buy a
shouldn't
T-shirt
say that.
cannon. You know how much T-shirt cannons are?
How much are they?
9 1/4.
Okay, so just grab some PVC piping and a fucking
It's the canister. It's the CO2. Is
yeah. No, get a compressor. Like,
again. Easy DIY, Bob Vila. I would like to buy it all done.
no, I don't do anything with my
Mary,
house.
can your son make me a T-shirt gun?
I bet he could.
We'll find out.
So is it okay to wear a jersey with your name on it if the player, if the team has a player? Yes, you in the corner.
Yes. I vote yes.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
that
so
is
you're
that's
talking about like a
pleasant
walker.
coincidence.
I've worn plenty of Walker. In fact, I still have some.
That could be your even thing if you just do like go cross every fucking team and sport and everything. That would actually be kind of a fun thing, I think.
Right. In fact, there was a Tony Walker that played for the Houston Astros back in the 80s.
You should for 1 month just wear like Texas Walker, like Herschel Walker, Jimmy JJ Walker.
Oh, Dynamite.
Yes, just 1 month. Where for all our listeners, please send Tony Walker swag. Every time we do the show, you're gonna have something that has that's your new theme. You're gonna lean in.
All right, I'll do it.
And more stuff from Buc-ee's.
Who's Buc-ee's?
It's a place down in Texas. Like
it's like a
7-Eleven.
it's like
Is
a
it
one
called
step up.
Walker?
No,
but-
Buc-ee's.
Why are we
We're talking about people sending stuff.
Yeah, because
Oh, you like
we have a
Buc-ee's?
girl who's in Texas.
A woman.
She's wonderful. She sends us Buc-ee's. Their chocolate is just unbelievable.
What were you in Houston?
I don't know, and I don't really
No,
care.
she's
Just
closer
send
to
it.
Dallas, isn't she?
I do believe she's closer to
Outside
Dallas.
of Dallas.
It is unbelievable, and
Buc-ee's for all your chocolate needs.
yeah, and it's been a thing here on the
She
show.
sends her box, and
She sends us her
we just get into
delicious
that box
chocolate
and just
box.
fucking eat it up.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dude,
We
just get your
thank
face in there and fucking
Right.
do the alphabet.
Put a
Wait,
clip
are we still talking
put
about
a clip
Buc-ee's?
to hold back your hair.
Hey, buddy.
You get the cream filled, you throw it away.
Yeah.
I was working on a bit about like how porn categories are really kind of geared towards men, and then I did learn that cream pie doesn't mean like someone had sex in a bakery. I just learned that the other day. Who knew, listeners?
Guess what? Guess what I learned?
I thought it was sex in an eclair factory.
Yeah. How about
So-
DVDA?
I don't know that one. Wait. D
V
V
D A.
double anal is the back.
Yes. Very
Yes,
good.
Jack. For 100, I'll take DVDA. Imagine if they had porn categories on Jeopardy.
That would be. You
Okay.
they should.
Okay, so
They actually
DV.
should.
I don't know the DV.
Double vaginal, double anal. So it's two dicks in each hole.
2 dicks.
DVDA.
I-
It's also the name of the South Park guys. Their band.
Really?
DVDA. Yeah.
I have no desire to see that.
That's too much.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
like. I
interesting.
don't like to watch ones where it looks like it hurts. I'm usually out. When
Right.
someone's like angrily banging, I'm like, I'm out.
Oh. Yeah, me too.
So what?
When they bang it, it's like,
Just
oh,
sitting
you
here
didn't
in
wash.
shame. Just
You
sitting
didn't
in
wash the
shame.
dishes. that was just
Wash
that was
it
just
out.
my Olga
I don't think I've ever
Nammer.
seen it.
I'm sorry.
You didn't do the dishes.
This said brought to you by Olga Nammer.
We love impressions of local comics.
So what are your favorite subjects?
Ladies, and usually
Ladies.
lady on lady, but usually ladies that preferably Latin, so not that they're too thin. And once they have like the butterfly tattoo lower near their vagina, I'm out.
Right.
I'm out. So
There was this chick that a bar I worked at, and there was a stage theater right next to it, and she came in and she showed us her tattoo, which was like a stick figure with a lawnmower.
Yeah,
and it was right
on
at the
each
top.
side?
No, it was just one right up at the top of her of where she groomed.
really,
So it was
Crap.
pretty funny.
That is very funny.
but would it?
She wasn't
which
hot
way?
or anything.
But the guy was. So now that leads you into the whole POV category, which is like sex with a
POV is
GoPro.
all right. You know what? I do want to get one of those like the VR things because that I'd like to knock over things in my house. I guess while watching
Bring my
porn.
11. I can borrow my 11-year-old's nephews, but VR, he has the whole thing, and he's always swinging his arm, and we're like moving stuff, and he doesn't know. We're like, no.
This sounds like a parenting fail.
He was. My sister's kid, not mine.
Right.
No, so, but he looks like a bear because the way he swings his arm, like
Talk
awkward.
about porn categories.
There you go.
He's
Now
a bear.
you're in the whole. Now you're in the male
Yeah.
bears. Bear. Then there's power bottoms. There's bossy bottoms. There's a third. There's like 4 bottoms.
It's like you're doing your PhD thesis, and we are the council. We already know all of these things.
No, speak for yourself. I
You don't know about the bottoms? So there's
Power bottom?
There's a power bottom. There's a bossy bottom.
Well, yes. All right. So I knew about power. I didn't know about bossy.
Wow, it's-
Bossy
Is it the same thing?
You push back.
Oh.
You push back.
All right. Tell me more.
Regular bottom just doesn't move.
Right.
A bossy pushes back, and then the power. I'm gonna have to go back and check with my gaze on the, or I can hit the Urban Dictionary.
No, it's like like demanding it and all that other shit. Yeah.
There's a lot to, and then I learned too. I took my husband to a gay club. Whatever. He swears that someone took his eye cherry, but whatever. He was getting eye fucked. That's a whole long another story. But anyway, what I learned. Brought to you by.
The letter R. Go on.
And the number 3.
And the number 5.
No, but it's a
actually
whole.
the number
There
5.
is so much. I'm very intrigued by the whole. There's a lot to it.
The whole.
But I did,
yeah.
No, but I did learn that you don't have to have penetration
Have you?
in the gay relationship. Some of them don't do that.
Right. Yes, I've heard.
So I
that.
tried to bring that into my house. I said, "Look, I heard."
The girlfriend experience. The
So like the Friends experience.
fuck. What was I gonna say?
Did that work for you?
No comment. I couldn't get buy-in.
Have you seen the remote control stuff?
Yes.
I
yes.
love. That's. I'm on a kick on that.
Yeah. So the pocket. We could say pussy on this show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they,
Yeah, but
they
I-
carry him around, but then you need the whole animatronic, the full. That stuff is very expensive.
There's just it's literally it's shaped like this. It gets inserted in. It's a remote control vibrator that there's an app that you can
yes.
put on your phone and do this whole thing. I love those videos. It's my favorite because it's like in public and she
and
can't
someone
help
can catch you
herself.
from across the room.
Just
Have you
can't-
heard my material? Because I have a joke at the end. It's like, "Hey Alexa, flick my bean." That's the punchline.
Nice.
Brought to you by Amazon.
Prime. This is all the way you say it.
Is it Amazon Prime? So I became Prime.
Prime.
Thank you.
Prime After Dark. Look at it.
Remember
I'm
that?
Offshooting.
HBO After Dark.
Skinemax or HBO
Oh.
After Dark.
Well,
Skinemax,
no,
right?
USA Up All Night.
Right, yeah.
What was the After Dark?
It
Who was
wasn't.
After Dark? Somebody.
That
was
wasn't
like,
HBO?
Was
No,
it?
no, no,
Oh,
no.
HBO had
was
real,
real sex.
Real,
Oh.
And for a while, which made I don't know. We've never talked about this. Real Sex was a great show,
Amazing.
but it got even better for a short time for us guys because Marsha Brady was narrating it.
No.
For two or three seasons, she was narrating it. So for us guys, it made it even better.
So
'Cause
for
Marsha
all
was
you
like,
young kids at home, before the internet, I watched Real Sex, and there was a guy that was able to hang a brick off his D, right? And it was my friend Angela's bachelorette, and I'm like, I know, I'm gonna get that guy.
Right.
So do you know the trouble I had to go to call HBO, find the producer? Because I used to do that with the phone, and like I tracked him down.
wow. And did you get him
He
to the
was
party?
a little more expensive than we had hoped for.
So he would actually charge money to show up at parties to hang a brick off his dick.
Yeah,
And he was making a living off this?
yeah.
How much was it?
At the time in 1994, it was $950.
Oh my God, that's
That
like
was
$1
a
million in today's.
But just to watch him do that?
Yeah, because
So-
I thought it. But then the more
I'm
we
sure
thought
you
about
could
it, it
touch
was not appealing. You weren't going to touch it. You weren't allowed to touch. Ladies did not touch.
Did he? So what was the act? He would like
He
a
ate-
brick, and then he would do other things too, or you'd pay
No,
$9 or
that was just the whole act.
30 seconds of just him hanging a brick
Pretty
off.
much.
What
Because
the-
you were so intrigued by it.
What in the world?
Well, not to be confused. Well, did you guys grow up on Long Island? Did
Yeah.
you guys know Sexy Selena?
That rings a bell. I can't place it.
She was the girl that shot eggs out of her vagina, and the bachelor party would hit him with a wiffle ball bat.
Yes, I am familiar with her.
Yes,
Yes.
she was quite a thing.
And there was
From
another
Broadway.
girl that was shooting ice cubes across the room.
No.
Yeah, that I witnessed.
The guys in the older guys in the Air Force told me about in Guam. There was a stripper who could sit on a stack of quarters and then make change.
No.
Yeah, like you'd be like 50 cents. It was like clink,
Clink,
clink.
clink. No, it's Sexy Selena. So all my friends. So I grew up in Elmont. Everyone from Elmont's fried, whatever. And it was a big thing. Like, oh, we're gonna get Sexy Selena, right? So my friend Marty, his brother was getting married. He's like, I'm getting Sexy Selena, or his friend, whatever. It doesn't matter. So he called up Sexy Selena to confirm, and they answered the phone. And they were crying. So he's like, oh. He's like, what happened? They're like, oh, Sexy Selena. That's my Latin accent. My apologies to the Latinx community. No, she got hit by a bus. And she couldn't make it.
That's not sexy.
So Marty, in all his grief,
How much did that cost?
He had
Right.
the pressure.
Extra.
So Marty was like, "Is there anyone else in the family?"
Come on,
I'm
she
sorry
had
for your
to
loss.
be training somebody.
Her grandmother who taught her how to do this, she's 90, but she'll be there.
Abuelita.
Hola! Soy shooting huevas out of my coochie.
Can you imagine? You're going to see this hot stripper and shows up Coco. Hola. remember me.
I would like to see the pesos first.
So I have to say goodbye.
Before I get started, I would like to see dinero, por favor.
No money, no eggy, no huevos.
Could you hold my hair curlers, please? When I lay down, I don't want to break them. I'm like totally going into French now.
Oh, sorry,
I'm going into my great grandmother.
Tony, I thought you had an agenda. Tony works on this.
No, this is cool.
Done.
No, I love this.
This is way.
I was right, by the way, though. I did say I could just sit back and let you guys go,
This is
and
like-
I'm totally fine with this.
You know what would be a fucking nightmare is to have no filter Paul in here.
Wait,
now.
Tony's mom's listening?
Hopefully.
No.
She watches almost every day.
Oh
Yeah,
my God. Hello, Mrs. Walker.
Yeah.
She's Mrs. Texas Ranger Walker, right?
she is.
Where does she live?
She lives in Hicksville.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, you mentioned Elmont. So
Yeah.
Hicksville.
Top of the
that's
food
it.
chain, gateway to Nassau.
Sewanaka?
Elmont Memorial, please.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what either of those are.
Sewanaka is one of the schools over there.
It's not the school. The school is Elmont Memorial High School.
That's
class
usually-
86. What?
That's usually when I was a kid and you would turn on the TV to see the closures. Sewanaka was usually, and I'd have to wait until it got around
Oh,
to
alphabetical.
Comsawag.
What was yours?
Comsawag.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds awful. Sounds
Indian.
racist.
It's a native. Yeah. So that's
Elmont
good on
was
your
great.
part.
Elmont. So you had, it was blue collar. So you had like the stories like the guys would go to the principal. Some like this one story that guy's like the principal would tell the story. He goes, someone's father came to school. He goes, listen, so I'm going away for a little bit. So if you got to tune my kid up at school, so his mother don't get in no trouble,
Right.
it's all right by me. You're like, thank you, Mr. Romanello.
Enjoy upstate. It's beautiful. I'm glad to hear you're going before the leaves change.
Oh my God, we just had, there was a reunion and this hot guy showed up, hadn't seen in a while, and he's talking to a friend of ours. He's like, yeah, so I was upstate. So she's like, oh, Canby. And my other friend is like, that's not what he did.
When I got will tell you Port Jeff Station. When I got home from the Air Force, it gets so annoying. At that time, I was going through a divorce, and people would be like, "Oh, where you been?" And I'd be like, "I was in the Air Force." Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And so I started just. This guy Charlie Sorger comes up to me and goes, "Oh shit, Andy, haven't seen you forever. Where you been?" I'm like, "I've been away," and he's like, "Upstate."
Oh,
And I was, you know what? I was in the fucking Air Force. Let's get into this fucking conversation for the 100th fucking time today.
right. But I was like, oh, I went upstate. I went like apple picking, but people now think I'm like a lady felon.
A lady fella. My wife and I always love that, like the lady volunteers in the Tennessee. Like anytime they add that, the lady warriors, they
Yes.
used to call the girls' teams in my
The
high
lady
school.
cyclones are the South Side. They're the lady South.
The lady cyclone.
Well, you know what's actually kind
you
of
have
funny.
to say it that way too.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I went to UMass, which was the Minutemen, right?
Oh, the Amherst.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's
I
where
have a cousin who graduated from there recently.
That's where I met my husband. Anyway, I had a frat party, but that's a whole nother story. So the lacrosse team, they used to be called the Gorillas, and then the ladies were the Gazelles. So when I was this pre-internet, I thought a gazelle was a lady gorilla, not knowing it's a stag.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I didn't learn it till we were at my friend's wedding in Elmont.
That's a great place to learn something
And
like that.
no, and the guy's reading from the Bible.
Right.
He's reading from the Old Testament, and typical Elmont guy, he's like, and like a gazelle. I'm like, what? A lady gorilla was in the... Someone's like, it is a fast deer.
So finish this sentence for me.
Go ahead.
Nip it in the...
Bud.
Thank you. My wife, years ago, thought it was butt.
No.
And so I told her, I'm like, hey, listen, I tried to be nice about it, which was the first fucking mistake. So I was like, hey, you know, it's Bud.
Where's she from?
From Kings Park. And she's like, oh, that's and then her sister happened to be visiting, and I say, hey, Jamie, I'm gonna nip it in the butt. And I'm like, we go to their parents' house.
No.
And the mom is there. And I go, hey, Linda, could you finish this for me? Nip it in the, and she goes, Bud.
Nice.
And I'm like, and they start like, no, we know we heard it from you. You're the one. And she's like, no, and ripped into them.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, in your fucking faces.
Well, how do they? Is it a wheelbarrow or a wheelbarrow?
Barrow.
Right.
No.
But that took a while.
They're actually, their grandmother was from England. She was a war bride from World War II. So there's a lot of proper pronunciation.
Oh, so she knew.
Yeah, but not with like
The butt.
colloquialisms.
Oh.
Yeah, no, like all of a sudden it becomes fucking, which I love. I say this all the time, and my daughters. I can never think of an example, but my daughters help me come up with one when people mix metaphors.
Oh yeah, we have a line like that.
Which is so the one that I came up with is too close to the sweater to pull the string.
Oh, okay.
You know, like it just mash up like shit that doesn't have anything to do with
But
each
at least
other.
she was in the metaphor range. So my friend Sal from Elmont, shout out to Sal from Elmont. Sal, the way he talks, nothing like that. So he messes up words. So if he had a headache, he goes, "Do anybody have any of that ibuprofen?" So that was his.
I love shit like that. Like
Right.
I live for it. I get hung up on it.
His favorite movie was that golfer movie, The Bag of Ants. My friend went to Blockbuster back in the day. She's like, "There's a movie. It's called Bag of Ants." They're like, "What?" They're like looking in the computer.
That's so great.
She's like, "It's a golf movie." Sounds like he goes, "Bagger Vance." Yeah, I think that's it.
That's what I fucking said. Yeah.
I said Bag of Ants.
Yeah, bag of ants.
My head, you give me a headache. I need more ibuprofen.
Dude, I love that.
People aren't doing do that anymore. Like people that would like count. Do you count? I have a friend that counts like this.
Well, this is
1, 2,
European.
3. Is it?
Yeah, that's European.
Nancy,
Matter of fact,
you're European.
what was the one when they're in Germany? Inglorious Bastards, was that it?
Yeah,
Where that's-
they killed Hitler.
The scene where they're in and they go, "How many shots do you want?" And he goes like this, and the German guy pulls out a gun and starts.
So he knows
shooting him
he's not.
because he knows that he's not. Yeah.
But how do you count it off? Count off 3. I'll show you how Nancy does it. It's totally weird. She goes 1, 2, 3.
Well, that's
Comes out
weird.
third. She's
That's
a freak.
weird.
Yeah, but that you got to start with the thumb if you're gonna.
She
do
didn't
that.
start with the thumb. I don't.
Yeah,
I-
1, 2,
Fuck her.
3. What is that
Yeah,
about?
fuck Nancy.
Stupid
I mean, is she
Nancy.
hot? Like I'm.
Oh, Nancy's hot. Still.
is she?
Yeah,
Why
Nancy's
didn't you bring her?
really hot. I should.
See, now I'm gonna
next
be
week I'll
fucking
bring Nancy.
searching
Next time
your
I'm gonna bring
profile.
Nancy. Oh, Nancy's.
She's all up in it.
Yeah, Nancy's all up in it. So Nancy was like the hot girl back in the day, and she still looks good.
Nice.
My Nancy. But now she's divorced. Whatever. Long story.
What are you kidding? That's even
Even
better.
hotter.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
No, Nancy looks
yeah.
great. The only problem, Nancy and I went to elementary school together in 1974. But now Nancy went for a while. Once she has a boyfriend now, but she was on dating profiles, and I was like, "Hey, Nancy, how could I be 50 and you're 43? I'm so confused." Like,
That's great.
no, Nancy's great, but she does. That's the only Nancy's weirdness, the counting.
Oh wow.
But then you guys would be like,
Never mind
"Give me
that.
3 slices of pizza," and they're always like, "I want that one." No, the guys.
Yeah.
No, that one. Like, what's the difference?
It's just fucking pizza. Yeah.
Pizza. They were all made the same. No, that one.
Though that was, I did tell you about that Afghani guy with the penis growing out of his arm, and that's right down the road from Broadway Comedy Club. It's next to an Afghan restaurant. You know, like not the because where Broadway is, it's close to whatever, but the long way,
Going that way. Yep, towards 9th Avenue.
and you cross over 9th,
Yep.
and there's a pizza place right there. It's horrible, and Billy asked for 2 slices. A friend of mine, Billy Geyer, goes, "Could I get
Billy with the hat.
Yes, that's Billy with that. And Billy's like, "Yeah, I'd like one pepperoni and 1 regular." Now there's only 1 regular sitting there because I had just gotten either. There had been 2. I'd gotten 1. I noticed that this guy has not put the fucking slice in,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, hey, I think you forgot. No, I don't forget. And he takes out one that he's been cooking and he gives him a fresh slice. And I'm like,
Wait
I
a
don't
minute.
trust this fucking place.
Yeah.
Because that's not what you do.
No. You can't have pizza bait and switch.
But later on, he goes, as we were leaving, he was like, pointed at me and said, "Thank you." And I'm like, "Oh, you're admitting to it now, you piece of shit? You made me fucking feel like I fucking was intruding in your little fucking."
But you just ate that roofie pizza. That's you. That was on you. You
Yeah.
cannot eat pizza.
No, it was terrible. And that's what Billy's like, "We're never going back."
No, you have to see the pizza that goes in. You have to see it go into the oven and come out.
Right.
Because sometimes they do that child move, like you put one in, but then they take out another one. No, that's not the piece
Yeah.
I picked.
Yeah. I don't even like to have it heated up because it
What?
comes out nuclear fucking hot.
Oh, you don't. Oh, my family, we must have hot food. Where I grew up with that, my grandmother, she's an old school like garment worker with like big arms. She's like my brothers taught me how to fight.
So a real gazelle. Yeah, I got
She-
it.
No, no gazelles in my family.
It's a real
Like
gazelle.
So my grandmother had like the Uncle Fester forehead, whatever. Anyway,
Five
so-
head. Yeah.
8 head, as we called it.
Yeah,
though.
nice.
So anyway, so grandma, she would eat like she'd be frying meatballs at the counter and like the stove, like the counter, like the super like a fry daddy thing.
Yeah, let's not get hung up.
Well, it doesn't matter. Moving on. Coming out of the oil. Brevity brought to you by Andy.
Yeah.
So she would take
I'm a
the
big Hemingway
meatball. She would take the meatball, steaming hot, just pop it in her mouth. It was like whole flames coming out, like an asbestos mouth. So my family were consumed with hot food. But then I just learned I had a girl over for dinner from Ireland, and what she does, which I think is amazing, she takes a plate when you sit down for dinner, runs it under water, puts it in the microwave. She said, "Why would you put hot food on a cold plate?"
Well,
blown.
you know, there's the put it in the oven, the plates in the oven. That's sort of the classic. That's an English.
Oh, I forgot you're high stepping fluting.
I wouldn't say I'm highfalutin. I just know my shit.
I would just take the falutin out of that.
Yeah, I'm high. I am,
Yeah,
you
he's
know, I
high.
might still be high from last night. I'm not even gonna lie. I did smoke by myself a little bit.
Is that a sign of a problem?
No,
Smoking alone?
no,
Is it?
I don't think so.
Do you have
Who
to,
knows?
I'm not a smoker.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't know how to inhale like Bill Clinton. No lie.
What?
No judgment. My husband, again, full disclosure.
So I started smoking cigarettes when I was like 13.
oh, cigarettes.
Well, that also, but the I was talking about weed.
Okay.
My brother went away to he's older, 2 years older. He went into the Navy, comes back when my papu passed away. And so we're standing out in front of my mom's house, in front of the garage. And he's like, "Oh, you smoking? Can I get a cigarette? Give him a cigarette." And so this is exactly the sound. And anybody who knows, like that's not what it sounds like, is the most you're going to get from a sound of smoking a cigarette. And I go, "Hey, what's going on?" And he goes, it's a thing. I have a thing with my lips. I can't actually close. And I'm like, I've never heard of anything
Can't
like that.
actually
Smokes
close.
with his lips
So I was like
open?
17. He's 19. Just slightly. He's
But
like,
how does he suck a dick?
I don't know. He always sucked my dick fine.
Sorry, Tony.
Is it a 60? Is it a 66 or is it still a 69?
I think you get 2 for change. I think it's 67. No, it's 69.
77 is the best. You get 8 more.
No.
But
6, 8, 7.
so then he's like, he gives me the whole thing, and I'm like, I let it go. I'm like, this is the
Yeah.
fucking silliest thing.
How did
I've
he
ever
eat?
68. You do me and I owe you one.
heard. I think classic.
Classic Tony Walker.
So like a couple years later, I see him, and I'm like, hey man, like we're smoking out in front of my dad's in Queens, and he's like, and I go,
He
hey,
fixed it.
I go, did you get surgery? And he goes, what are you talking about?
Oh, we didn't remember.
Right, because it was a lie. You know, fucking my grandfather would always say is you have to have a goddamn good memory to be a liar.
Yeah.
So like he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, dude, you had a fucking thing wrong with your lips the last time I saw you, and I'm just assuming that I don't know, was it physical therapy then, not
I think
surgery?
they have like smokers like PT.
But he's like, he had said that didn't happen. I never fucking said that. And I'm like, bro, it was fucking
You had to go to
like,
PT to
left
get somebody
a
to
mark.
close your
that
lips.
was a crazy fucking thing to say.
Oh, yeah.
So, and he leaned in. He doubled down.
He doubled down when I said, because like
But you
hey,
were the
man,
younger brother. You weren't going to tell me.
But I was like, but see, here's the thing. Like, this is what's wrong with me is that I accepted it as face value when he said it. I was like,
We were
oh,
supposed
okay.
to as a younger brother.
It sounded a little fucked up, but I'm like, oh wow, shit, there's something wrong with this. Okay, it doesn't happen to me. Good.
I can close my mouth.
Oh, jeez. I know. I know you didn't mean to, but
you just got COVID,
it still
Tony.
happened. Yeah.
Did I spit all over you?
Yeah.
Did you catch
was
it in the
two.
mouth?
It was 2. It was like one hit here and the other.
Sorry.
one was
Oh, you
like
should have
here.
went like
Sorry.
Matrix, so you should have saw it and be like, oh.
Which is weird because I can close my mouth, so I don't know how I spit on you.
Dude, I do it all the time.
You do?
Yeah. But like I get paid for
I
it.
was going to say, that's a category.
Like,
brought
that's
to
extra
you by
money. Yeah.
Andy's
Spitting.
Fetish, brought to you by Pornhub.
That's what I
we should
do.
get more. We could get. You know how many sponsors we picked up today? Just in discussing.
Oh,
Let's go
I don't know
Pornhub.
about that.
You don't think Pornhub would underwrite this?
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
I just
Be
want
like,
t-shirts.
can I get free stuff?
What would you get? It's all free.
Send the girls in to be interviewed.
Ugh. I'm not sitting on the chair after she leaves. No offense.
Well,
Unless you bring in a black light, Tony.
This would be the number one Rated X show
Yeah, right.
in all of podcast history. Nobody has ever thought to do this before. Is to have whores on.
Why are you talking like Selma and Patty? You're like, Manhattan.
He's referring to somebody in
Somebody
particular.
specifically.
Oh, okay,
sorry.
sorry.
It's a callback for something that's too much to explain.
Okay, that's fine.
But I will later when we're not on, so we don't waste any more
Well,
time.
Jay was in there
I know,
on Tuesday, and he,
Well, you know, when he called in.
that's right, yes.
So.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Inside Comedy.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to talk to Tony in our language. This is from like that scene in Godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're going to talk to each other in our native language. I hope you don't mind. Go right ahead.
Oh, that's the
police chief.
concierge. Oh, the police chief.
Yeah, and then he shoots him in the chin.
That
or
are
in
Italian.
the neck, yeah.
Love that fucking scene.
By the way,
Oh, yeah, me
WAP,
too.
another derogatory
pussy?
thing. No, Italian WAP, the negative word. It stood for without papers.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, sorry, smart. Sorry, Roger. I'm just trying to drop some
Roger.
facts.
I wish I had that fat fucking thesaurus money. Could you imagine? I wouldn't even be here.
And who knew the T was silent?
Oh,
Whoa.
Toronto. People who live in Toronto, they say Toronto.
Dude,
Really?
I actually, dude, I have I went on a deep dive. Like, there's the schwa versus the, I forget the other sound name, but it's an upside down V. The schwa is the upside down E. And it's, we say, like love, the O is
They
not
don't
a.
say that in Toronto.
Oh, no. But
We're
we're leading up to that Toronto. They do not pronounce the T.
the second T.
Right.
The first T you need.
Right, what the?
Whoa!
Toronto. Toronto.
fucking
Like I didn't
dummy.
just, but I
I'm here
just
as your
said
invited
Toronto.
guest.
I said Toronto.
But I'm.
So that I obviously said the T.
You
It's
said there's
obvious
no
that
T's in Toronto.
but
It clearly
they
starts
don't
with a
pronounce
capital
the
T.
T.
The T.
But I said Toronto. So it's like implied. I didn't think we were gonna have to waste fucking time.
This episode brought to you by Andy's Diction.
Little Anthony, my little Anthony.
Diction, yeah.
Fine. So the
Diction.
first T counts and the second T goes away.
Right.
Correct.
It just gets eaten up by the schwa.
Like
Toronto.
Roger.
Roget.
But then, so then what happened was the Zagat, the cat. I thought I was trying to be cool. I was like Zaga. Someone was like, what?
Well, it's like when people say foyer.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's a foyer. Like you don't have to fucking pretend
Well,
that
they
you're
want to be
fancy. and
fancy.
shit. Like it's French, or excuse my French. I always being a
speak French.
being a French speaker, I'm always like, that's not fucking French. That's fucking English.
Point of clarification.
Yeah. Just want to bring up one thing, and I love doing it after they're done with their thought. So I just want to go back and talk about the French. That wasn't
And you
French.
come out with like the big flag, like Jean Georges, while you're like, "Look."
Look down, he's standing in his grave.
swinging.
Do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. I wanted to play that part so bad.
What, is that Jean Paul? Jean? I don't know it.
I can't remember what
It's
that guy's
someone,
name
Jean,
is.
Jean,
but
Jean.
Not Jean Valjean. No,
Jean, no.
he's the main character. I wanted to play one of the
Like
student
the innkeeper,
revolutionaries.
not an innkeeper, the keeper of the house.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Master of the house.
Keeper of the inn. Mm-hmm. Who knew
Love
you would
that
get
fucking part.
power bottoms and theater in the same podcast, and it's not a gay podcast?
Again, we cover it all in here.
Because all of it is about me. I totally expect.
Soup to nuts, pardon the pun.
You asked when we got in here. We're just shooting the shit. It doesn't get
Free
any more
Association
shit
Friday, like
shotting
whatever
than this.
fucking crosses your mind.
Is that what it is?
A friend of mine, my best friend, she's an esthetician. And when I was like, what the fuck is an esthetician?
Spell that.
ESTHECIAN.
Does it start with an E?
Yeah, esthetician.
The T is silent.
Like Oronto.
But she goes, I give people facials. And all I could picture was her jerking off like two guys into somebody's face.
Isn't that terrible? So, like, I'll be in a restaurant, or my mom would be like, "Can I get a tea bag?" Oh, I have to do everything.
Dude, it's,
I
yeah.
have to sit on my hand. That's how you know a comic. You're like, tea bag. Oh, don't say it. Don't say it.
My whole life is that. He'll tell, like, there's
Yeah.
deep dive shit that I'm like, and I'm totally locked. I'm focused in on that, and then I can't.
Everything. Someone's like, it's not, and I was like, that's what she said. That's what she said.
Right.
I just met this comedian, this young guy. He's so cute or whatever. But he met me or whatever, and I was talking like that, and he was like, oh my god. He told his friend, he goes, I found she. That's who she is. You know, like that's what she said. He's like, so he calls me she. He's like, she's the one. But I would do that.
Who is that?
This guy Ernie. He's a singer. He's a young.
Oh, you said comic before, so I thought.
Oh no! Rick Chrome. Do you know Rick Chrome from the Comedy Cellar? He's a wonderful man. He is a musical comedian guy. He used to host at the Cellar, and he runs the Comedy Cellar classes. That's where I came up through that.
Cool.
And he's just
Yeah, we never even gotten there yet.
Oh, he's just a really great guy. So that's kind of how and I become friends with him or whatever. So Ernie was taking class because he's really a theater person. Anyway, but Ernie was a child star in the Ukraine. So I call him like the That's So Raven of the Belarus. Whatever.
That's so Vladimir. Sure. I know
So that
this.
was Ernie
He
and Rick.
was very
That's my-
famous. Sure, I know this guy.
You may have
so
seen me.
funny.
When it's over, when it's over, I'll show you Ernie's childhood headshots. They're fabulous.
I don't know why you think I want to see a child's headshots. More like back shots, am I right? Am I right?
And Olga. Brought to you. This is actually brought to you by Olga Nammer.
I'm doing my thing now.
I got semen on my back.
It's all about coming.
Woo!
I think we do that better.
Not for nothing.
Not for nothing doing it.
I'm like, is that Grover
I'm
or
getting
Oma?
crazy.
Is that Olga or Grover?
I don't know. Grover. Hello, little girl. I am Grover.
Speaking of, last week I just went to the Museum of the Moving Image in Astoria. And we have a full installation of the Jim Henson Experience, and it is. I recommend it. Highly
Chris
recommend.
Hansen?
No,
Or Jim Henson?
Jim Henson. Did I say it wrong?
You said Hansen.
Oh, like the brother.
So I thought you were
Hanson
talking about
brothers?
Chris Hansen. Why don't you go ahead and sit down? Why did you bring all these condoms
Imagine-
with you?
Oh my God! So imagine if it was a mashup to Catch a Predator plus.
Why don't you go ahead and take a seat? Why did you bring Mike's Hard Lemonade with you and a box of condoms?
Douche for douche. She said she was 16.
Yeah.
Like
Waka waka waka, you, my friend, are arrested. Yeah.
Big Bird.
Must arrest pedophiles.
Big Bird. She said she wanted to see my snuffle up.
Well, okay, Snuffy. I guess we can probably slip a finger or two with the fist of Adonis on our side.
No, but they don't have opposable thumbs, Muppet. So she could.
Yeah, but
without-
he's got the three fingers.
So if you got
Those are
fingered by a
huge
Muppet,
fucking
would you get
fingers.
fingered by a Muppet, or would it be?
1, 2, 3.
Would it be
like a bowling ball.
technically? If you're like, I'm going to get fingered by a Muppet, would you then get fingered by the man underneath, or would it be with the Muppet hand? If you really think about it.
I think. Well, like if it's Sweetums,
So, Mom, don't listen.
if it's Sweetums, then
Oh, Sweetums was big. That
Right.
was a person in it.
Right.
You could get fingered by Sweetums.
And the Swedish chef, he used real hands.
Swedish chef was real hand.
Gurney Murney balls in everything, and I'm gonna fuck it.
If anyone here is in development, the To Catch a Predator Muppet Edition,
Dude, I might do that one. Sorry, I'm taking it.
you could have it. That's not my theme. Like sometimes, like I work, like I can't tell you the amount of like guys now
I am
at
a
work.
huge fan of Kermit the Frog. He is perhaps the most important person in my life.
I think we're getting a call.
We're getting a phone call.
We're getting a call. The board's lighting up. The board's lighting up. Oh.
You're live on the air.
Well, that you do have a point there, but I prefer to use the entire fist of Adonis, not just 2 fingers from each hand. That almost doesn't make sense.
Get your ass fixed and in here, my man.
You know who that
I can
is?
recognize voices.
You
True
should
voice.
too. You
Who is
are
it?
you are friends with this person on Facebook.
I'm friends with 3,000 people
Well,
on
true.
Facebook based on this week.
But
God damn it.
I do this with a lot of our guests. I look at our mutual friends, and I
Yes.
make a small list, and I say, okay, just say anything you want about this person. And this person on the phone is one of them.
Is it Jay?
No.
Is it Dan LaRocca?
No.
Is
Well,
it?
let me
Those
ask
guys
you.
don't really do voices.
Let me
No.
ask you, caller. Do you guys know each other personally, or is it just a Facebook thing?
No, but all over the face.
Only on Facebook.
All over the face.
I speak some Swedish.
In the face.
In the face.
Coming to America, right? Is that?
Yes,
In the face. In the face.
Interface. Which was also brought to you by Pornhub. Who is it? I'm so intrigued.
Don and Stucky Mookie Ping Pong, the bubbly. We don't.
Do you know who it is?
I do.
Oh, give me a hint. Give me initials.
AF.
Adam Ferrara?
Close.
Oh, that would be cool.
Very close.
We've had him on here once.
I just saw him at this benefit thing. He's amazing. I'm a big
he's
Adam
great.
Ferrara
Yeah,
fan.
me too.
Ooh.
And he went to school with Nancy's brother. Callback.
Oh, wow.
He
like
went to
that.
Maris. He's
Hot
a Maris
Nancy?
guy. Hot Nancy.
Hot Nancy.
We
One,
don't
two.
dong bing bong.
All right.
Go. Got to pick my meatball.
Gertie, birdie, gertie.
Hurdy, hurdy.
Right on, man.
You speak Swedish?
A little bit.
Ooh.
Kroner.
Ooh.
Saab.
Sweet-ish.
All right, Ove.
How is your,
Italian. Lamborghini.
How is your ass? How is your ass?
Doing to do the improv.
Can you
very
repeat the
hard.
question?
He has to repeat the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I asked how your ass is.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. You couldn't keep it together. I didn't realize there was going to be a regular question.
You know, the bowl and the big the hole.
Mary wants to know how to call in. Mary, 516-465-3990.
Mary, call in.
516-465-3990.
Mary, call in and do the fish bit. We are waiting. We're all waiting.
I really want to get into that fish
Going to
bit.
have to take a poop.
Okay, good luck.
All right, man.
Bonding in the bowl.
Hopefully we see you soon, my friend.
Hope to see you in person.
Ploppity.
That was Andrew Fremder.
I don't know Andrew.
You are friends with him on Facebook.
You know what happened? Anyone I see if their profile picture has them standing in front of the governor's sign, I'm like, oh, I must be their friend. A lot of them have.
He's
not a comedian.
if he's in front of the governor's sign, somebody threw him off immediately after the picture was taken.
Right. It was a mistake.
you know what? So many mutual. I don't know. My Facebook has gotten. It's
there's-
taken a life of its own.
we all go through the periods of like accepting every friend request or
Yeah.
sending friend requests of like somebody that you know and
Yeah,
you look at
yeah.
their thing and you're like, okay.
I've got to clean it up.
All
Wait, the thing about friends and following, like I said, I have a little bit about like if I was walking down the street and a stranger wanted to follow me, I would cross the street. But like when I
Yeah.
put up something, whenever I look at it, I want to see who liked it. And when my friends like it, I'm like, oh, I want strangers to like me. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need likes from my own
People
stuff.
get worried about who's looking at you on Facebook. I'm like, I have nothing to hide and I have no money. What are you going to get from me on
I
Facebook?
know.
So I don't care. I friend
We
everybody.
haven't met yet. You sent me a friend request.
I did.
But I don't like to until I meet people or
So now you can accept
now
it right
he's
now.
going to accept
yeah,
it.
I
Now
will
accept it.
actually now because I won't do what I do most people, which is I wait a year and then I do it at like 2:00 in the morning so that they get a
ting.
thing that says Andrew Plagainos has accepted your friend request at 2:00 in the morning a year later. They usually have forgotten
Right,
because
they
they don't know
forgot
who
they
the fuck
sent
I
it.
am. So they're like, "What? Who did I send a fucking friend request
You
to?"
know, it's just has gotten so off the rails, and now it's. I get phone calls all through the night, like video messengers from guys that look there from like in a sweatshop in Ghana.
Oh,
great.
Wanting to like talk, and everyone says I'm beautiful. Which listen, hello, thank you very much, but hello, man in Ghana. Like, what's your bar? Clearly, there's no Kardashians over there.
Well, can we play this game then? Can I
Sure.
throw some? If you don't know who they are, just say you don't know who they are.
Okay.
Well, Fremder was the first one on the list. Oh, Billy Geyer was next.
I don't know Billy in person.
But you've seen his act?
I have seen his hat. I've seen.
All right.
I've seen him on some shows
He's one of my
mutual.
very, very close friends.
I've never seen him in person.
Oh, he's
It's
great.
definitely one that if you get a shot,
because he just was in Broadway. He just was in the city recently, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Stand Up New York last week.
Right. I saw that.
Yeah.
Was that a Kim show?
It was.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm doing that too. You want to come? I need people.
When is that?
I went for Billy.
This show brought to you by Bringers.
Chuck Fox.
No, I
You
don't know
him?
Chuck.
All right, Chuck's a funny guy.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Post-pandemic, I hit the stage post-pandemic when they came out July. I took my class in February of 2020.
Okay, so
I'm very new.
Like anybody who's like a
So
flat
she's
out
another
comic.
she's another COVID comedian like me.
I'm a COVID comedian, and I was lucky enough. I was in a show in Poughkeepsie, the shortest version of it. I was in a show in Poughkeepsie, and I met Teddy Smith and Ashley Morris at the show, and drove them home. And in that 2-hour trip, and Teddy is
Teddy's great.
Teddy is a gift to me.
Teddy's amazing.
Teddy is amazing, and he's just taken. I just caught him at a time when like comedy was struggling, and I've just like embraced him into my family.
Very
And
cool.
Teddy's been Teddy's taken me so many places. I've sort of some people are a little angry or whatever, but I've cut the line a little on the places
That's
that
no such thing as cutting the line. If you happen to have some sort of it's okay. It's okay. It's bullshit to fucking criticize somebody else because maybe they're a nice person.
Right.
Maybe they were just in the right place at the right time.
Right.
And that's how most of the world
That's
is
how
not
the world
fucking
works.
fair. The world's not fair.
know.
I tell my daughters this all the time through the locked door of the closet.
Yeah.
Life's not fucking fair in there. No, but it's not fucking fair, and like it's a construct. It's a human fucking construct. We try to make things fair, but life is inherently unfair. So don't fucking even get into it. Don't even let yourself slide down that fucking path. Just fucking good for you.
Oh, thank you.
And
absolutely.
He's become a dear friend to me, to my family. I adore him, and I just
that's
wish
actually
him
a beautiful.
nothing
That's
but-
also like a
yeah.
really beautiful story because most of the times, like when people are talking about like cutting in line or
Yeah.
anything like that, it's like, oh, she's fucking him, or
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, so it is very nice to hear.
Right,
that
so she did
this
just
is like
admit
a-
that she's banging Teddy Smith.
No,
right?
I'm too old.
I was getting her down the road where we could actually have her
bit-
say we could cut. We'd have the drop. I fucked Teddy Smith.
This bit brought to you by I'm past the born on date for. I'm too old for Teddy. I'm too old for.
I doubt that.
I did him just last week.
Who hasn't?
Did him
No,
and I'm
not
ready to do him
me.
again.
No, Teddy has just been
I'm
so
deaf.
good to me. And then you know what? I also intentionally, because he's brought me to Wisecrackers. He's brought me to. Just by standing near Teddy, someone's like, "You want to do comics?" And it's really, we're going to something in Hartford. We just did Mike Dillon, which is another guy without a leg.
You
I
just
don't
did
know if-
Mike Dillon?
No.
Oh,
But
both of
we
you at
did-
the same time.
That's gross. Doing
Two
just
legs,
you.
two legs, two guys, one leg, whatever.
Yeah, like double arm, DA,
Me and Mike are related.
OL,
That's what
double
they say,
arm, one leg.
He's like,
Yeah.
Mike, I need the leg. I'm going out. Is it a lefty? Is it the same leg? You and Mike miss the same leg?
I don't even know which leg is he missing. I don't even know.
I think so.
Is
I
it
think
right?
it's because
But
we
he's
said right legs.
but he's
Yeah,
below knee.
We've all said that.
He's below knee, so he's an amateur.
Oh, you're way high.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, I'm the one who's really.
Yeah,
no,
actually,
so
Andy's
Tony,
fine. I
don't think-
Teddy and I
I
did
don't
a
think-
Stony Brook. They've been very, very good to me. And on purpose, I will do everything I can to make sure I bring my level. So I invest in I have a real job, like, not that this isn't a real job, but I go to an office during the day. I work for
Right.
a consulting firm in Manhattan, and I invest and I have comedy coaches, and I go to as many. I'm really trying
Very
to.
cool. No, you're
catch
doing the
up.
work. You are
Right.
doing the work,
Which-
and that's an important
Absolutely
aspect
right.
of this.
Yeah.
that
Yes.
Usually, people who are fucking talking shit, they don't see the work because they're not actually out doing the work
Right.
themselves.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work. I have learned like fun. My big thing is living room funny and stand up funny are two dramatic.
Completely. Yes.
And I see so many living room funny. We're like, yes, this guy's so fancy. Oh, you had to be there. We're like, but I wasn't there. Your
Right.
story's not funny.
Right.
Where's
Call-
the punchline?
I always say like you have like to truly perform in the right way is to come up with a cultural shorthand that people immediately when they see you, like, so a lot of it is how you present yourself,
Yeah.
how you speak, and then those first fucking those
Why
first
you come
lines,
out, yeah.
those to tell people who you are and why you're there. You know, because so many people are like, they get up there and they're like, their first fucking joke is shit. but they're like, oh, that crowd sucked.
Yeah.
And then no, I went up right after you, and they were fucking, and I fucking killed them.
And when people say the crowd sucked, it was like, no, actually, they paid money to come laugh. So
Right.
they came primed to, and you failed to
Right.
deliver. It was like if I went to like an Italian restaurant, we're like, hey, I'm here for the Italian restaurant. We're like, here's some lo mein. We're like, dude.
Right, here's the fried noodles and the fucking hot mustard. Be like, what?
You know, and then they're going to get into it. They're like, well, Ponce de Leon brought it from China. I'm like, no, dude, I came here for Italian food. I didn't come here for lo mein.
Or to talk about the fucking murky beginnings of noodles in the world, whether it was Italy or fucking China.
That's why I have to say, listen, a special shout out to Ange and James and everyone in Governor. So they've been
Right
very
on.
kind. When Teddy's come out, they've put me on the show. And any of the shows I've been in, Governor's audiences and Brokers. I can't wait to Brokers. It is my sweet spot because Long Island, Jews, Italians, whatever it is, between like 40 to 60 is because they're like, we hate our kids, not in a bad way, but you know what I mean?
No,
Like, well,
we
like,
all
can
hate.
you believe?
Fuck my kids.
Like I do
I'm
joke,
done.
I'm like, so I was at Shoppers Village with my Camaro, and they're like, whoa, like you know, and they're like, yay,
The Giga Room, November 25th.
yeah, I'll be with Mike Dillon, and that's
Very
Harris, Harris Stanton is the
Harrison
headliner.
Ford?
No, Harris Stanton is the headliner, and then I think Mike put a bunch of women on the show.
Oh, cool.
So one black guy, 4 women, porn category.
Nice.
Yeah,
This is like a reverse teen
Cowgirl.
gangbang.
Yeah, I might go to the show. It doesn't sound like a comedy
Is it
show.
clothed female naked male?
No, I
Then
think most of the women-
CFNM, then I'm in. Because that's one of my favorites also.
So that's why I like the Long Island, but then the New York City, like I think I'm like, oh, I killed it here, and then I like go in the city, and they're like, like tomatoes, like the 20s.
It's completely two different
So
audiences.
I'm really
yeah.
doing my best to appeal to both, and I my goal is to always be the worst one on a show, like, but that the show is so good that I'm at. That, you know what I mean? That I'm with better comics.
right,
I
right.
like those 15 bringer telethons are just like torture. But I
Mm-hmm.
know that's like the dues you're supposed to pay. But I feel bad bringing people to those shows because it's an unwatchable show.
And that's you have to get to the point where you're just like, listen, I'm not bringing anybody.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to book me, that's fine. If you don't, that's cool too.
Right.
But you're not gonna fucking tell me that I need to bring 2 or 3 people to this, because it's a flawed economic model, right? Like supply and demand. It's where there is no demand, but there's this tremendous supply
Yeah.
of comedians, and that supply is expected to generate the demand.
And if anything,
It's
it's such a broken system. Now we got smart, but like as they came out of COVID, I mean, there were shows people were going with the expectation to see a good show,
Right.
And now good comics that are rusty and need to work again,
Right.
want to be on the show, and then the show was like 6 bringers and the one headliner that they owed a favor to, and then they're like, you took, and the producers didn't care, and now it's like I just went to one and they were like, oh, it's too beverage. So I'm like, but no, I had a shrimp cocktail. So I paid the cover for everyone to get in. Like, I laid it out because I feel bad people are coming in.
Right.
So I covered the cover. Sometimes I'll cover the cover and I'll go to a local hotel. I'm like, just bring people to this show. I'm just trying, certain
Right.
stages.
No,
and
take
then
it-
we were at something and we'll order, like, okay, I'll get a seltzer. And then I got a shrimp cocktail. And they're like, oh, you have to order another beverage. It's 2 beverages, not 2 items. I'm like, come
Really?
on.
See, I guess I haven't seen that because it's stupidity. See, it's kind of sad because like Stand Up New York, like they don't have food anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like, and I can't drink, so I'm like, can I get another Diet Coke?
Right. Can I have another seltzer and cranberry? How come you can't drink?
Well, I had a heart attack a couple of years ago.
Oh.
And I have diabetes, and let me see what other obviously comedian health maladies do I have.
High blood pressure?
Not so much with the high blood pressure. I'm a smoker.
Oh. No, I mean, you said you didn't drink, so I'm sober. I just celebrated
Oh,
11
no,
years.
I'm not.
Oh,
sober.
wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
Wow,
you.
that's
so I
wonderful.
don't like lead with that, but that's a whole channel, and there's a lot of sober comics out there too. So that's another thing that helps me going out. I'm not drinking or being stupid. I'll be like, I need to do a shot before I go up.
Yeah.
And I'm professional.
Who's
I
that just-
try.
I was just talking to Billy about this, where it was because he used to drink a lot, and he also does a lot and did different drugs years ago of like taking acid and then going up and
I
whatnot.
got killed. Right?
He's amazing. Like it, you have got it. It is an anomaly with like how many edibles he'll eat, and then smoke a ton of weed, and then he gets up there and completely murders rooms, and you're just like, how did that just happen?
Right.
I've been with him all day. I know what he's taken in. Like this, it would have killed any animal.
A gazelle.
Yeah, definitely gazelles. Maybe not a gorilla, but a gazelle for sure.
A lady gorilla, maybe.
Gorillas. That's great. That's actually wow. That seems like it's like such a underground racist term too. You know, fucking couple of gazelles over there.
That picture's such a gazelle.
You know how the gazelles are.
Let's see if it trends.
Well, that's
well, we are trendsetters in here, just so you know.
I will touch on that. Rob White has this great fucking joke about woolly mammoths. And
Rob White, the tattoo guy.
Who the fuck is Rob White? Yeah.
So I know him. So nice.
Rob White gave me did this for me years before.
I'm not from that tattoo generation. Like when I was like people were coming up like military.
We're all Gen Xers. No,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
got my first one was from before the military. This was actually like what's called a jailhouse tat, where somebody has needle and thread wrapped around it and dips in India ink and just sits
But did you get in a jailhouse?
No, I got it in a group home though, so that probably works.
No, thanks for bringing that down.
Well, you're the one who asked. But
I'm
then
a foster child.
I got my daughters.
Wow. They say once you get one, then you get.
Yeah, no, it's kind of addictive in a way. Like I'm still, and I told my daughters, I'm like, because I go through like a couple of years process of being like what I really, really want. And so like I want to get the opening 2 stanzas of the Odyssey. Oh. Like in like a gold in the Greek, the original.
Yeah.
And just
my
have it on my
husband
chest.
is a classic civilization major, so if you guys ever like.
Oh, kick ass.
Like,
fuck it. I don't speak any Greek, and I have
But he
cousins.
works for the phone company. But anyway.
Oh my
doesn't
God,
matter.
there's a lot of crossover here.
Yeah, this is
He's
your
a
husband, you
rising
said?
guy.
Your husband?
Yeah.
Where does he work?
He's out of the Hempstead garage. He's got 30 years with, he's a FiOS guy. Do you
What's
know
his name?
Brian Patton?
I looked at your Facebook. He didn't look familiar to me, but
Really?
I worked at the Hempstead Garage for years.
Oh my God, yeah. He so we met in Massachusetts, and we were school back and forth, blah blah blah. So we started with New England Telephone to 9X, and then we were getting married, and we tried to get a transfer.
You've been that far back.
And
Well, I was New York Tel when I first started
yes,
too.
it
That's
was
how
New
old I
England
am.
Tel and 9X.
My dad was also
Right.
It used
but back
to be
in the
a
day.
generation. So
Yeah.
my husband is young man, like low guy on the top. Like
Yeah.
when he puts in for vacation, he's like, I gotta wait for all the.
Oh,
guys."
he couldn't get it all bridged over?
No, it did. It did bridge. So he's got 20. He started in '95. So was he have 27 years?
So
Phone company
how long
guy.
has he been in Hempstead?
I think under 15. He's been in Hempstead, the one next to the liquor store and across from the.
Close from the Hells Angels. And,
Yes.
is the Titty Bar still there too?
No, is it an underground titty bar? I don't know.
No,
no,
it's,
there's not a titty bar there.
There was
Because
used
I
to be
know
a
where the
titty
titty
bar.
bars are. Because in Elmont, back to Elmont, everything.
I feel
Yeah.
all Rose leads to
Represent.
Elmont.
The Hells Angels crack me up every Christmas. They hang Christmas lights.
Really?
It cracks me up every year. And then the church next door, they reenact the crucifixion.
Across from the pagans.
Yeah,
So Hell's Angels.
Right next to the garage is a church, and every Easter, every Good
Stations
Friday.
of the Cross Mass.
Well, no, they reenact it. They close.
Yeah,
They
Stations of the
close.
Cross, man.
I'm sorry. They close Henry Street off,
Yeah.
and the guy
Station of the
playing
Cross is not for Christmas. Sorry, I'm correcting
No,
you.
he said
Andy.
Easter.
Good Friday.
Oh, my
Good
bad.
Friday.
And he
Station of the
walks.
Cross.
The guy playing Jesus walks.
up.
He walks on Henry
Sorry,
Street.
Father.
He walks on Henry Street carrying the cross. People follow him, and then they go back to the church and they reenact Pontius Pilate. They're all there. I used to sit on the poles because I was a lineman.
Oh,
I would
okay.
sit on the big giant stack of poles, and I would just watch over the fence. I would watch this every year. I would sit.
So you
played
went to pole
Jesus.
climbing school.
I was a lineman. Yeah.
Yeah, so
yes.
Brian was inside to get the transfer. He was in Jamaica for a while, and then he would walk the streets in Jamaica, and people were like, "Narc, narc, narc," because they see
Yeah.
like a white guy walking the
Oh,
streets of Jamaica.
yeah. We go anywhere in Hempstead after work to get a drink or a burger or something. Everybody 5-0, 5-0.
5-0, right? He's always like 5-0.
Yeah.
And then for a while he did the Brooklyn thing where he was like, it was like a 3-man job.
Right.
About 3-man jobs. So in phone company,
That
one
is a
guy-
porn category.
Brought to you by. No, so one man would do the work, and then another man would watch the truck downstairs.
yeah.
But on 3-man jobs, one man does the work, one man watches his back.
Right.
And then one man watches the truck. So one of the guys had this old phone guy said, "Oh, your husband's a golden retriever." That's what they called it.
Oh, and I never heard that,
Man's
but-
best friend. He
Yeah, I
was
worked
there.
I worked in a few jobs.
Are you retired from the phone company?
I am retired. Yeah, but I worked in Hempstead. So he's been there for what, 15 years?
Do you know Ellen O'Brien? Ellen Grinder? She's an Elmont girl too.
No.
We'll have to discuss this offline. Brought to you by Verizon.
I've been out of there. Well, I left because of the leg. I had my issues. So 2008.
You didn't lose your leg in a phone company accident, did you?
I wish I did. I'd have a lot more money. Damn it. Actually, it is time for us to go. So,
so much.
this was a lot of fun.
Oh my God, so nice to meet you.
November 25th, you're playing in the Giga Room, but now November 22nd, you're coming back in here, yes?
Yes, I'll be here with Jay and Dan.
Right.
I will bring the Thanksgiving pastries for my Goombas.
Excellent.
Oh, is that when we're doing the? Is that the day before Thanksgiving?
We were.
It's the day before the day before.
Right, that Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, Jay wants to do something that night in here. So you guys are both invited if you'd
What
like.
does Jay want to do in here? I need to know.
Well, it does involve cameras, yeah. And
Let me tell you something, Miss Laura. Not for nothing.
But it ain't easy.
Blooping ain't easy, but it sure is nice.
That's so funny, Jay.
Thank you, Miss Olga.
We're gonna get out of here.
You're a lady and a gentleman.
Stress on the gentleman.
Next week, on Monday, Pamela Betty will be in here. She's a great comedian and singer. Tuesday, I think Jay and Dan will be here for Tuesday Trivia. Thursday, Brian Scalero is going to be in here. Very excited about that. And then even more excited, next Friday, Mark Riccadonna is going to sit here with us.
I'm doing a show with Mark Riccadonna.
That was one of the questions I had for you
Yes,
that I didn't get to.
down in Philly.
But I'm saving all these.
fucking that up.
I can now save these for November 22nd. Now I don't have to do any work for November 22nd. I'm all set.
Yes. Mark Riccadonna is great.
Oh, he's awesome.
Oh, my God, the nicest.
He's
And
a
he
friend.
also looks like Doncel.
Yes, he looks exactly like Doncel. So yeah, he's playing McGuire's next weekend, which is why he's coming in here.
Cool.
So turns out he's staying with Don while he's in town. So I said, since you guys look like, please tell me you're wearing matching pajamas. So Mark was like, yeah, with the flap in the ass, which I think they look alike down there too. They've told me.
So Mark and Christy Miller do Celebrity. They do a podcast.
They used to do that podcast here, and then they left us.
Oh, I think COVID. Now they're in Comic Strip Live, and then now they're kind of doing with Fireside. So I've opened for them before they've done
Christy
it
is
live.
great. Love Christy.
Is a doll.
Can you?
Such a great
And you got
person.
something coming up with her, don't you?
I do.
Please, can you, when you see her, then
I promise
can you
I
smack
will.
her and tell her it was from me?
Oh, I'm not smacking her. I'll give her a
That's
nudge.
true. Well,
I
yeah,
know, she'd kick your ass.
yeah, she sure
Oh,
would.
she would.
And she would love every second of it, probably. So it's a great week next week. Brian Scalero on Thursday, who's a very funny guy. You guys don't know him?
No.
Oh, okay.
We'll giggle. We're like, oh, Brian.
No, yeah, that guy's fucking hilarious.
Seen his YouTube.
No, you're totally right.
Mark Riccadonna next Friday. Jay and Dan hopefully on Tuesday, and Pamela Betty Monday. It's going to be a fun week. And I think we might be doing, if you're around tomorrow night, I think we're going to come in here tomorrow night.
No, I have a show tomorrow night.
Son of a bitch.
I'll be in Ohio at
I'll be
a
in
wedding, at a Christian wedding.
Ronkonkoma.
Where in Ohio?
Miamisburg.
Oh.
I know. Hold your applause.
Why, oh, did I ever leave Ohio?
Although, but I am doing a show in Dayton. I lined up now. That's when you
Why
take
not?
into account.
Right.
I'm going to a Sunday show at not the Funny Bone, the big one, but like at Wiley's open mic, paid open mic. Not I don't get paid, but like audience people come. So.
Right, scheduled. A booked open.
Yeah, I had to like line it up with the guys. So I'm like, I'm from New York, don't you know? I'm
Over
funny.
here.
Not for nothing.
Over here.
Not for nothing.
This one over here.
Hold on.
All right, we'll let you know if we're going to be on tomorrow night. Otherwise, we will see you Monday. Thank you, Laura Patton. This was great.
Thank you, Tony.
Facebook, Laura Patton Comedy, right? Or
Instagram. I prefer
Instagram.
that Laura Patton
Okay.
Comedy is where I'm trying to keep it. And on Facebook, if you find it's Laura Nicotra, my maiden name Patton.
Go to Instagram.
Go to Instagram. I prefer it.
That's where they can see your dates.
Now.
And whatnot. Okay. And November
On YouTube.
25th, go to the Giga Room and then
Giga
join
Room.
us again November 22nd
Thank
to
you
see her
so
again.
much. I don't even know where I'm looking. Thank you.
That one. That one in the middle.
Oh, in the middle.
Yes, that one.
Thank
Yes.
you.
That's it. All right. Everybody have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and we'll see you guys later.
Peace.